Yeah, Capcom.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. So, with us today, we have Keith,
Hey.
we have Finn,
I played a video game today.
and we have John.
I did too.
Yay! We did
Video
it.
games. We did it.
Woo.
What did you play, John?
I played a little bit of the Sable
As
demo
did I.
this morning.
As did I. Nice, lovely drop.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Wasn't expecting it until tomorrow, and then all of a sudden it's there, and I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's
Get
jump
to it.
into the demos.
So, what was that, Keith?
I was just saying, I can't wait for today to be over so I can go back and beat Ratchet and Clank.
Oh, yeah.
It's
catch
E3,
up on
baby.
my
It only
game
comes
content.
once a year. Just soak it in.
Exactly.
Is my impression.
Put
of it.
all the games behind you. It
It's
doesn't matter.
It's
You're-
easy to be tired. It's impossible not to be excited. Capcom are coming out here with all that Street Fighter news, all that arcade goodness. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, so in regards to like what we know is going to be here, we know that we're seeing Monster Hunter Rise. We know that we're seeing Monster Hunter Stories 2. We know we're seeing Great Ace Attorney, and we know we're seeing Resident Evil 8.
Yeah.
I'm excited for
Um,
Great Ace Attorney, if only for Herlock Sholmes. It's the only thing I know about that game. Never touched the Ace Attorney games outside of it.
So
I have never touched him, period.
Yeah.
The
Just
great
walls of
thing-
text for me is just a hard out.
So I'm a avid fan of the Ace Attorney games. I really love the visual novel mixed with like actual going around to crime scenes and fighting stuff, even though it isn't exactly like a crime scene drama would be. They're still great. They tell funny stories. They're a bit lighthearted. They're a bit serious at times. And the thing about not Sherlock, but Herlock Sholmes.
Yeah, get it right.
It's still Sherlock Holmes in Japan because they don't have that same copyright.
Nice
They're
one.
not invaded by the God, I can't remember the author's name.
So wait, yeah, who copyrighted Sherlock Holmes? Because Arthur Conan Doyle is dead.
The Conan Doyle estate still owns
Yeah, I was
the
gonna say, I
copyright.
imagine his
All
estate.
right. All right.
That makes sense. Gotcha.
It's like, how does the Walt Disney Company
Yeah,
still own all these
That's
copyrights?
what I
if
mean.
Disney's
At
dead?
least it's not Disney, right? At least it's sticking with the family. I can appreciate that.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's
Japan.
like how all the JoJo character stand names have to like be changed in the States. Because in Japan, they're all named like Purple Haze and Foo Fighters and Sticky Fingers and
Never knew that.
Dire
they're-
and Straits and Dio.
Yeah.
Hey, Dire Straits is a great band, by the way.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
that's
Dire
why-
Straits.
That's
Big.
how I'm going to contribute to this one. I
Massive
learned a
Dire
lot
Straits
about
fan.
this.
Love
Yeah.
Dire Straits.
I
Well,
actually
and-
learned a lot about this over when I were up in Oklahoma on Friday because my sister's boyfriend is really big into JoJo, and he was just talking. He plays guitar. He's in a band, and he just how much he loves that JoJo and all the bad guys have some sort of character name for someone famous that does music. I was like,
Mhm.
okay, that's.
Oh
pretty
yeah,
freaking
well,
awesome.
like one of the best characters in the like first couple parts of the show is Robert E.O. Speedwagon.
I love that.
Did you tell was it your friend or your brother, John? Did you tell him about Rocksmith Plus?
No, actually, you know what? I should have texted him and asked him, see what he thought about that.
All right.
How much either bullshit it is, or you know what? People might actually think this is pretty badass.
Because the trailer had big
Throw
sales.
this
It
out
was
there. He doesn't need it.
no,
He
but like
doesn't
this
need it.
trailer was like you'll reconnect with your father. You will reestablish your relationships. It's like big claims thrown out by Ubisoft. I don't know about that.
You will be
He's got like
engaged.
3 albums on Spotify. Like
Nice.
he's in an actual legit band. But
Yeah.
I should have gotten his take. I never thought about that.
You know who they should have gotten to advertise Rocksmith Plus?
Jack Black.
Flash.
Yep. They should have just been like, you'll be on stage with Jack Black within a year.
Go gee. For 10 hours.
Yeah.
So
Kind of the only sorry, just while we're on the topic of Rocksmith
Yeah.
Plus, I kind of want it in that trailer just to be like the one shot of the guy like on his computer and his guitar's just gathering dust in the background, and just like a cut to a shot of like the subscription payments every month where it's just not using it at all, because that's gotta happen, right? You gotta be realistic.
Oh yeah. My guitar is kind of in that state.
Yeah, it happens.
So, but yeah, so like I said, we know the 4 things we're guaranteed getting here today. There are 2 things that we know are on the way, which are Resident Evil 4 VR and Pragmata.
Mhm.
So chances to see those. And then as far as there were the leaks last year, I only think here we would see games up to 2022. So with that in mind, if they haven't been canceled, the things that we could see here are Dragon's Dogma 2, the next Street Fighter game, Mega Man Match,
Ooh,
which I'm wondering what
I don't
that is.
actually, that sounds like a mobile game. I don't know if I'm into that.
Yeah.
No, it's
actually does, you're right.
I got an idea for Mega Man Matt.
Okay.
It's basically like Tetris 99 and the Mario 34. You just play Mega Man in a battle royale setting. The further you get, the more people you eliminate.
Oh god.
That
Jesus
could be
Christ,
interesting.
That scares me.
Yeah, that really scares me. Mega Man's a hard ass game.
Mega Man kicks my ass every single time, and I love the game, but Jesus, having people throwing crap at me scares me even more.
Well, and imagine it with like 11's mechanics, where you've got all of the time slowing shit to deal with and whatnot.
What if it's Mega Man dating simulator, like Match.com? You know what I mean? Mega Man Match.
Or
I'd
it's
be
just
okay with that.
so
Let's
what
do
you're
that.
suggesting is Mega Man Honey Pop, so it's a match 4 as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Hey,
And then
Honey Pop's
Dr.
great.
Wily is who's causing the matches.
Dr.
he's
Wily
put up
releases a
his-
dating app.
Exactly.
Okay, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's actually a Mega Man manga,
Did not know
and
that.
like it deals with the aftermath, and like how as technology is going forward, like it's at a point where Rock doesn't have to like fight them anymore. Like Wily's just kind of stopped, and it's like
That's sad.
robotics keeps advancing, and Rock is like a very advanced robot, nearly a human.
Mm-hmm.
But what about Cutman and Gutsman and all of these other robots? What are they going to do to reintegrate in the society where now like smaller and smaller robots are just going to do their jobs better?
Yeah.
And so like
I like
Rock
that.
goes to get a haircut, and Cutman is just sitting here cutting his hair while complaining about his
Sup,
life
dude?
problems.
Okay,
got
so
real
breaking news
fast.
real fast.
Mhm.
I gotta cut in. The Tunic demo is up on Xbox.
See you guys later. I'm out here.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm out. Peace.
He actually doesn't come back until the end of the Capcom show.
I've been shocked. Like, I'm sorry, guys. You're out. I have to go play this demo right now.
I don't have to steal my brother's
Wow.
Xbox. Or it's on
No,
Xbox
no,
Live.
no,
I
that's
still
way
do.
up right
Okay,
now.
but I can just do it right now.
So, there is one more game, which I think is the perfect one more thing.
Mhm.
And it is the
Marvel
last
versus Capcom.
game slated for Q4 of 2022 from the leaks. And we do know it's coming. It has been confirmed. Resident Evil 4 Remake.
Nice, yeah.
Okay,
I'd
I can
definitely be
get
a
behind that.
bit disappointed if it was just the VR stuff here today.
Yeah. I think the VR stuff looks cool, but it's Oculus exclusive.
Yeah.
Which, with the way Oculus is ran and the way Facebook is ran, I don't think that game's going to see as much success as it could.
And let's be honest, because we indeed know that Capcom had the leaks, Capcom had the ransomware attack. It's going to be difficult to judge the quality of this conference because we already know most likely what is coming out
Yeah.
and what they can review.
I
It's
feel
not
that
like
set-
Square Enix.
I feel that sets expectations really well though, because you're not like, you know what they can give you, but you also know what they can't give you, and so there's
Mhm.
no crazy expectations. So we are going in with our expectations checked right now.
Yeah.
So as
I
long as what they
forgot.
show is actually good, I feel like they could get out of this one really well.
There is one more game I forgot about. I guess it just didn't get copied to my list. And I noticed it was missing, so I was like, what the hell?
Huh.
The only game in those leaks slated for 2021, which is a game called Resident Evil Outrage.
Hmm.
Is this not the PvP one?
That was...
No, that's Reverse,
Yeah,
which
Reverse,
still
thank you.
hasn't released yet because that's supposed to be bundled in with 8.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's right.
It makes me wonder if Outrage is a new game or if that might be whatever post-launch content.
A Resident Evil beat 'em up. Ship it.
Ooh.
Actually, so like I said, I only think we're going to see stuff up to 2022 here.
Mm-hmm.
But Final Fight is on that list of leaks.
Oh my god.
Oh yes.
Well, a Final Fight remake and a Power Stone remake are both on that list for 2024 releases.
Oh my god, I have so many friends that I know in retro Twitch that really have been begging for a Power Stone remake.
Lots of
Yeah.
people have.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
that'd be
like
great.
there's some big things on that leak list. I just don't think we're seeing all of them here.
Mm-hmm. They're totally
think
good
it'd
though.
be
Like since
kind
it's
of
out there already, like they don't have the thing of like don't announce a game too early because it's already out there. So like, why not blow our load? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how about because Capcom is a kind of a blind spot for me. I'll be honest. I know like Mega Man's one of my favorite games of all time. How are you feeling about getting a new Marvel versus Capcom?
I wish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And actually, I just realized one of the biggest rumors in the fighting game community didn't happen
Yet.
for this
Good.
E3.
Yeah.
Yet.
I think if it hasn't happened now, it won't happen at all.
I
Really?
expect it
was
did not
the-
happen because Warner Brothers games publishers in turmoil at the minute because they're being sold, but parts of them are being sold and no
Yeah.
one knows which parts. So it's kind of hard to market that stuff when you don't know who you're marketing for. So I expect that's the reason why, but it could just be the fighting game
I mean, the
community
main
getting out of
reason
whack again.
Marvel vs. Capcom. Main reason I bring it up is because I've heard you, Tim, and I've actually watched how many people did not like Infinite, and so I'm hoping like to come back to form on that one. Plus, Disney and Marvel have the rights back to the video game versions of X-Men, so I was like that would be nice. Like that would be a nice thing. Hey, pretty much let's go. Let's say it. Everyone's back. So we got X-Men, we have Fantastic Four, and all that fun stuff. That's why I'm like that is my wish list. I want a new Marvel vs. Capcom.
So I wish. And because DC versus Marvel was not announced as another realm game, I think there would be more of a chance.
Yeah.
But I also think that Capcom and probably even more Disney see Infinite as a failure and are not looking to venture there for a while.
Sure.
Yeah. Let's shift our focus to Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, I was saying, everyone go download Sea of Thieves, make it good, and then Disney's gonna be like, "Oh my god, people like our games."
Yeah, let's put Goofy in there.
Because like the problem with Infinite is one, it wasn't even about the video game rights for X-Men.
Yeah,
it was entirely the movie rights. It was literally just Marvel did not want to put things in the game that they did not own the movie rights for, and they couldn't make money off of promoting it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the mouse has bought everything, so let's do it.
Yeah. The game plays great.
Yeah.
It just suffered on the roster side of things and on the presentation side of things because man, there are some characters in that game that in those initial trailers they looked like actual garbage, and then the game came out and they were kind of less garbage. Dante looks like he does meth and lives in Florida.
Yeah, Capcom for me as well. I'm sort of with John. It's a blind spot for me as a publisher. It's weird because I don't have like they cover so many genres. It's just for some reason their games don't hit with me. Resident Evil is a horror game, and I'm baby ass baby who can't do horror. Fighting games were never my jam, other than Tekken, maybe for a while. Um, the likes of Devil May Cry were never really my bag either. So it's just they have a lot of properties that's never really were with me growing up. So I don't have that attachment to them. But saying that, Pragmata as a new IP, who caught my interest 3 years ago when it first got shown at the PlayStation event when I thought it was a Kojima game.
I was gonna say, how much of that attention was just because people thought it was a Kojima game?
I think that's entirely, you know what I mean? It drew people in, it got people talking, and so I feel like I'll be interested for a bit of a deep dive whenever they're ready to show that game more. Whether that's here, I don't know, but we've had like a year of it to stew, so I wonder.
So, I'd like to say that we'd see Breath of Fire. We ain't. I want it, but it ain't happening. But there is something that we have rumored to show up, or it is showing up. I'm not sure. I don't remember too much. But Dragon's Dogma 2, I consider that a somewhat spiritual successor to Breath of Fire in a way.
Take anyone's where you can.
So not confirmed or even rumored to be showing up here. It was just in the leaks, and that and Street Fighter 6 were like confirmed as legitimate, but that's potentially out of date at this point.
Year of delay.
I mean, so the main reason why I say Breath of Fire is somewhat of a spiritual, not Breath of Fire, but Dragon's Dogma is a somewhat spiritual successor to Breath of Fire, is your main character basically gets his heart stolen by a dragon and you have to go kill the dragon. I mean, it's not one for one how Breath of Fire works, but it has dragons. It has stuff.
Yeah, Dragon's Dogma 2 is another one that's been one of those dormant things for a while that people seem to really clamor for and ask for every time there's an opportunity to ask for it. So, again, if that has a good showing today, if it shows up at all, I might be interested because I feel like it's been dormant enough that it's basically a new IP at this point, at least from my perspective. So I feel like I could jump in.
There is only one problem, though.
Go ahead.
Where's the combat designer?
Oh.
Is he at Square?
All right.
He's working on Final Fantasy 16.
Okay. There you
go. Oh, no.
That's never good.
Oh, no.
They took Sonic the Hedgehog away, but they took fucking Dragon's Dogma away.
Look,
there's no end to Square Enix's tyranny.
In solidarity, okay?
By the way, I think I think Balan Wonderworld will prove to be Square's one of their biggest mistakes in modern memory, and not because they released the game, but because of how they handled assigning the team for that game. Because as far as I understand, they had like a pretty, and I hate to use the term like B or C grade, but like not their like A+ teams working on it. They like it's almost like they sent it to die before it even released.
Yeah, it felt like a money laundering thing. It felt like
a money laundering thing.
Yeah, a vaporware game that was just there to like some tax loophole. If you make games with people with long enough arms, you get a tax incentive. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think that's their mistake, because look at what happens when a major A-team developer like Insomniac handles an action platformer kind of game. We get an amazing release like Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
And we had this discussion like several weeks ago, Tim, that the main producer on there has experience working with A-grade teams. So it's pretty much that he expects his teams to operate and know how to do things, even if it's working on a new system. They would know how to operate.
Yeah, I think there may have been some level of overcomfort from the higher end role of production there.
And I brought it up like a couple times, is that a grade producer knows how to work with his team. He would know how to not control, but command them in a way that even if he was working with a lesser team, would be able to make an A grade game. But it very much seems like the producer got overconfident with his team. Like, okay, I know you guys know what to do, so I'm gonna go hands off.
What's the likelihood of Gex showing up? The Capcom showcase. Is there any hope left for Gex?
No.
Okay.
Is chat still calling for it?
No, I don't think so. Let me just
that at least had a gecko in it, right? Oh, it was that weird.
Someone said Gex. All right, there's one call for Gex. We're still not stopping the train. That's funny.
Yeah, one of the indie games had a weird ass looking gecko in it.
Was that the one from the Wholesome Direct, or is this a whole other gecko game?
Yeah,
no,
the gecko adventure game.
Yeah.
No, this was from today. It wasn't actually a gecko, but it was like a person dressed up as a lizard. Like, it was strange.
It's basically Gex.
It was strange. John saw it and he was just like, Gex!
You know what would be the greatest thing?
Mm-hmm.
If tomorrow they announce the next Smash character and it's not Crash, but it is instead the dude in the Crash suit.
That would be even better. That'd be way better.
He gets a different suit, so one is Gex, one is Crash, one is Spyro, and you're just like, it's just a dude in a suit.
Yeah.
And you're like, we know.
They just named the character Mascot, and each of his skins is just a different company's mascot.
Well,
no, that would be great.
You guys have just come up with the Mii Fighters. That's what you've came up with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, no.
So it's your fault this has happened.
Introducing Mii Fighter as Mascot.
If there's a fucking Crash suit Mii Fighter skin, I'll be real pissed.
I have a question for you, Finn. I know we still have our hanging bet on that. If that happens, does that count, or does it have to be legitimate Crash Bandicoot?
It has to be. Crash Bandicoot is a
Bandicoot.
character. He cannot be an assist trophy. He cannot be a Mii costume. Anything less than a full character is a slap in the face to me and to everyone. And to God. There, I said it.
Wasn't prepared for that one.
It is an affront.
Yeah. It is an affront.
By the way, quick side note just from yesterday with Square's presentation. It took me forever to realize who is playing Garland in Final Fantasy Origins.
Matt Mercer.
No, if anyone watched Full Metal Alchemist, it's Colonel Armstrong.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, right, he's in everything.
Vic Mignogna.
Chris Sabat.
Chris Sabat, yeah, he's in everything, dude. Come on.
I was about to say, are you gonna tell me Vic Mignogna is gonna make a return?
Yeah, no. So for those that don't know, that means that Garland is played by the guy that voices All Might in My Hero Academia. He plays Piccolo and Vegeta in Dragon Ball. Yeah, Chris Sabat's great.
Oh yeah,
he's hilarious at conventions too, from what I've seen of clips people post with him online.
Yeah.
Oh god, my favorite one is was it Chris Sabat? I don't remember. It was one of the voice actors who was like, "Do you ever make a pizza call as Goku?"
Oh, for Sean Schemmel?
Yeah.
You're a minute out.
Yeah, I know I've seen clips of that online before, like voice actors doing stuff like that, where they like go into a Discord call or like call somebody like as a voice of one of their characters.
The Fire Emblem cast are nuts for that. At least the Three Houses cast. They really embrace the memes. It's crazy.
The guy who created Gravity Falls and was the voice of Swoosh and Grunkle Stan would actually like started calling in on I'll say this political hotlines asking for certain things and leaving messages on that, and it was amazing.
I love it when voice actors can, actually have fun and are not bound to being certain bound into certain rule sets, as it were.
Just because Strider brings up David Hayter in the chat, have any of you guys seen the game Unmetal?
No.
No.
I think a demo came out for it. It's a we're starting,
Oh.
but it's a Metal Gear Solid
here we go.
like game.
What the heck?
Oh.
There was no premiere countdown. What?
Nah, this isn't a premiere. This is
Because
a
it's been-
stream.
Oh.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of the Fire Emblem cast, Finn, that's one reason for you to pick up Guilty Gear. Milia Rage is played by the girl that plays Edelgard.
Welcome to the Capcom E3 Showcase. I'm your host, Rachel Querico, aka Seltzer, and I'm your guide as we walk through the latest releases, news, and updates from Capcom. We'll hear from the Resident Evil Village team, share some news from the world of Monster Hunter, and get the latest on Ace Attorney.
How much
Then we'll
are they going to
wrap up
cash
with
in
some
on Lady
updates
D
from our
today?
friends at Capcom Fighters. So
A
what are we
lot.
waiting
I don't
for?
She
think
dead?
much.
Let's
She
get
dead, meme.
started.
I think she's
Our
dead.
first
I think
stop
she's dead.
today, Resident Evil Village. The
Oh,
Resident
nice.
Evil franchise continues to pioneer the latest and greatest in survival horror. The team has been blown away by the response to Resident Evil
Yeah,
Village,
Strider, we know
which
we're getting
launched
Rise
last
information here
month.
today.
It brought the world
Rise
another
Stories,
chapter
Resident
in
Evil
this
8,
decades-long
and
story as
Great
the
Ace Attorney.
franchise celebrates its 25th anniversary this year. I'm honored to be able to introduce Tsuyoshi Kanda, producer on Resident Evil Village, with a special message for the fans.
You
We
really
made-
liked her big, tall mommy lady, didn't you? We appreciate you liking her.
We have made a giant body pillow of her. 9 feet.
Where's Rose? She's everything to me.
I think it's time you left things in my hands. Go on, rest now.
Alright, what you got to show though?
Hi everyone, my name is Tsuyoshi Kanda, producer on Resident Evil Village. I wanted to take this opportunity to thank everyone who's played since we launched the game in May. We
I've
hope
played it
you're
5
enjoying this
times.
new chapter in survival horror.
He thanks you
Oh,
5 times.
As a reminder, everyone who purchases Resident Evil Village will gain free access to our online multiplayer title, Resident Evil ReVerse, where players go head-to-head with their favorite Resident Evil heroes and bioweapons.
Is this going to be good,
I'm
Tim?
now happy to announce that Resident Evil ReVerse will go live next week
I've
across
played
all
the beta.
supported platforms. So
I
head into
think
the
it's going to
play
be better than
celebrate
the last one they
Resident
did,
Evil
which was
25th
like an
anniversary.
asymmetric multiplayer.
Yeah. Buy it.
Buy now.
Buy now.
I'm
Obey
interested to
command.
at least give it a shot.
Hey!
See for okay, awesome.
More info later.
More info later.
Thank you, Kanda-san, for that wonderful update. Next up, some long-awaited news from the world of Monster Hunter. Whether it's adventuring alongside monsters
Long-awaited?
or
Didn't we
battling
just
them with
get some
friends,
last
we've
month?
got something for you. First, let's dive into the brand new story-based RPG entry to the series. Monster
So do we
Hunter
think this is just going to
Stories
be the same
2,
trailer we've
Wings of
seen
Ruin.
over and over again, basically?
Ah.
Nah. It's close to release. We're gonna see something new-ish. I hope.
Do you think this
I
is an
just feel like there's
RPG
not a
I
lot
could
they
get
can
into
do.
without playing the actual Monster Hunter?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
a
if you
whole
start-
entire separate story.
This was his fate.
Yeah.
Red may have been strong and skilled, but against the awesome power of nature, he was merely a man. He never stood a chance.
All around, things just kept getting worse. But I heard that Guardian Ratha had survived and returned to Hekolu Island. I went there to see Red's old monster again.
Have they ever thought about doing
Then,
a
of
mainline
course-
Monster Hunter game in this art style?
That's when I met you.
Because that might get me interested.
Yeah.
You were given Red's kinship stone.
That would be
Now,
weird.
Arathalo said, this is destiny.
I feel like it would play worse for some reason if they did that.
Mm-hmm.
This is the legendary monster.
I find that like the more anime a game looks, oftentimes like outside of like Guilty Gear, I find the lower the like bar for quality is on it.
There's
Right.
a connection between the strange happenings and the wings of ruin.
It's like the more effort they put into their shaders, the less effort they put into gameplay.
Yeah.
Strange light.
Gotta love Nargacuga.
What's this whole idea of forming kinship with monsters? How do you control them?
It's not about control. Monsters help riders of their own will. And the bonds between monsters and riders are just like your bond with Tsukino.
What kind of power does Ratha really
He's
have?
#1 pickup in the Fantasy
Why
League.
are all of these pits appearing?
I always forget about
And
that.
who are those people who want to take Ratha for themselves? All I have are
Bless you.
questions.
If there's worry or doubt in your voice,
It wouldn't be my
Ratha will
#1
become
pick if
anxious
Rose didn't steal Monster Hunter.
to know that you will
She didn't
protect
steal
him
Monster Hunter
no
from you.
matter
You got Monster Hunter.
Yeah, you got Monster
I can
Hunter. Don't
sense the
complain.
flames of his life force weakening.
Keith, you have
Knowing
Monster
of such
Hunter at
great
home.
power is too much for his body to bear.
Monster Hunter at home.
A voice.
I'm gonna
We
find
want
that
Final
clip, by the
Fantasy
way,
16.
Tim, of you avidly telling me during our draft that Psychonauts 2 is not coming out this year. I'm going to find that clip and play it on repeat.
They have the power of kinship.
Wait, you mean like that clip of me saying that anyone who picks up FF16 is psychotic?
Yes.
Everyone they meet. That
And now it
makes them
seems like it's
strong.
actually going to come to fruition too.
Oh my
They don't
God.
show it.
I believe in the strength of
Congratulations, you
humanity.
played yourself.
First year, I'm fine with playing myself a little bit.
It's all fun. It's
I
all
mean,
fun
I
in
already
games
got
until
played-
they announce the release date for Breath of the Wild 2 and it's in 2021. Then you're all scared.
It's all fun in games until you cross the Harvest Moon community, apparently.
Free title updates.
That's what Capcom does for Monster Hunter. They always updates are free. They just want you to keep playing. Nice.
Oh, there you go, trial version. If you want to give it a
Nice.
shot, then.
Hey,
And the save data carries over, so that's always great.
love that.
Oh, and she can get a Comer outfit. Cool.
When are those coming? I just want to know when they're coming. I want to pre-order the amiibos. I have a problem. Give me the damn amiibos. Am I gonna play this game? Probably not.
Wait, I must have
Guarantee you
pretty
they don't
epic,
get
right?
scalped the
And how
same
about
way
that
that Skyward
announcement?
Swords do, though.
The canine companion Palamute from Monster Hunter Rise
Guarantee you those
will be
amiibos aren't
joining
scalped as
Monster
hard as
Hunter
Skyward
Stories
Swords.
2 as one of the new
No, they're gonna be
monsters in the
scalped.
first free title update coming soon after the game's release. You can get an early peek at the game with the Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin trial version starting on June 25th, which also carries your progress over to the full game release just a few weeks later on July 9th. That's not the
Nice.
only way to join the hunt. Millions of you made Monster Hunter Rise a huge
Right.
success earlier this year, and we have even more content coming, including a new collaboration on the Rise. Let's find out more.
The new collaboration is the collaboration with Monster Hunter Stories. It's the Tsukino outfit for the Palico.
No, that's not a collab.
Yeah, it is. That is their official Capcom Collab 1.
Yep. Maybe they'll show collab too.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping we get to see the next one.
Blessing emerge. Get ready. I have a good feeling. What will it be? Moon's blessing emerge.
You know, for a second Strider, I read that as Gimme Astolfos.
Astolfo.
I forget that Astalos is a monster. Okay, so 3.1.
Black leather pants is just like a reveal.
That was a very close zoom up on the crossful area. That's all I'm gonna say.
You're they are.
We needed a Japanese no-no square going right then and there when that happened.
Enhance. Oh my god.
Zoom and enhance.
Okay.
It's a Dango song.
Collab 2 is injured.
There has never been a better time to be a Monster Hunter fan. With all the new updates to Monster Hunter Rise and the launch of Monster Hunter Stories 2 this summer. We can't wait to hear about your own stories of adventure. Well, that's not the only thing Capcom has in store for us this July. Fans of Phoenix Wright will
Just
have new
like
chapters
constantly
to explore
emailing
with the
Capcom
release of
like
the Great
PR
Ace Attorney
hotline, like I killed a Rathalos today. Here's
and
my
European
adventure.
By the way,
attorneys will finally be
this
able to
is
get their
honestly
hands on the
faster paced than I
Great
thought
Ace
this was
Attorney
going to be. I know it's only like a
and the Great
25-minute
Ace
show or
Attorney 2
whatever,
Resolve, which were previously
but
only available in
they're
Japan.
like only
You'll travel
halfway
back in
through and
time
we've
to the
hit
late
all the stuff we
19th
knew
century
was going to be
Japan
here.
and London.
Yeah, but
at
you're
this
forgetting
point
about
now.
the Ace Attorney walls of text that we all have to read before they allow us to move on.
Now, let's
And I
hear
read
about
like a
the story.
3-year-old, so it's gonna be a while.
Well, Strider, there's no new monsters because they didn't really talk about the next major update. The next major update isn't till end of next month.
Welcome to the center of the world, Great Britain's mighty capital.
What, governor?
This country is incredible.
Did you guys see the Greg Miller voice in Chivalry 2?
Yeah.
He's playing one of the NPCs with his dumb English accent that's so great.
This mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. Who are you? Herlock Sholmes. You must have heard of me.
We must solve this case, Naruhodo-san.
Let us engage in the art of deduction, Mr. Naruhodo.
Did he just strike a pose?
Well,
Yeah, yeah.
what have we here?
Goddamn right he did. This is amazing.
Just, I don't know
It would
if
seem
anyone
the
here
truth
outside of maybe Keith
is
knows
now
what Naruhodo
tantalizing
means.
close.
Nope.
The defense
I've heard the term.
It's a,
demands its right to a
it's like an
cross-examination.
equivalent in Japanese of like, I see.
Ah. Yeah, I keep. I remember hearing it in anime openings a
Your
lot.
testimony completely contradicts the facts.
Objection! My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage!
Is this the first one that's been in 3D?
No,
Okay.
not that I know of.
Yeah, wasn't there one on the 3DS? It was 3D.
You're the best.
I don't know. I
player in
haven't
the
paid
world.
too much attention to this series. I just know it's very dearly loved.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn it.
So we have 10 new cases
Did that
and
get
8
you?
mini escapades where you can take on the role of a defense attorney. Now, we all want to see some gameplay, right? Let's take a closer first look at 2 gameplay features new to the franchise in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles: Dance of Deduction and Summation Examination.
Hello, I'm Jonathan, Capcom's marketing brand manager for the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
Where to?
The Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
The Capcom team is thrilled to present 2 new gameplay features, Dance of Deduction and Summation Examination, coming to the Ace Attorney series.
Love the music.
While investigating
There's a lot I love about
your
this game,
client's
but I know I'll
innocence,
never play it.
Players will come across conspicuous situations that require further examination with the help of Ryunosuke's legal aid Suzato and the brilliance of deduction from Detective Herlock. Herlock will proceed to present his logic and reasoning spectacular, a grandiose yet flawed series of conjectures.
Herlock Sholmes destroys British liberal with facts and logic.
Better be some sharp effing scissors to cut away at that thick of a beard.
Yeah.
His name's actually Villain.
Villain.
Ah! He's a Bolshevik.
Yeah.
Villain Bolshevik. Oh
Get
my
the
God.
communist.
Ryunosuke and Susato will then discuss to correct the flaws in Herlock's deductions.
He really is destroying socialism with facts and logic. Oh my God.
At this point, players will be prompted to search for clues that help
Coming
identify
from the next
errors
Ace Attorney
in the detective's
game
logic
starring
and
Shen
reveal the truth
Papiro.
to the mystery. As players present new evidence and observations, Herlock will amend his deductions based on the new information. Upon uncovering the truth, Ryunosuke and Herlock enter into a semi-metaphorical, semi-literal dance.
I guess
that
those
brings
like
them to the
Japanese
conclusion of the
high
dance
school
deduction.
boy uniforms are like timeless. Like they've just been that way since the beginning of time.
Well, they are very reminiscent of military uniform as well.
Mhm.
Damn it, I hate how much I actually dig this. And I want to figure out a way where I can snap and a spotlight comes on me. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Oh my God. You had boobs the whole time. How do we not know?
The thing is, I love how stupid these games are.
Yeah, it's really.
It's great.
It's so great. Deduction complete.
Elementary.
In courtroom battles, players will attempt to convince 6 jurors of the innocence of their client. Their progress will be displayed and represented by 2 scales of justice. One black,
I love this
representing
panel.
a guilty verdict.
What is this
one
Jack
white,
the Ripper
representing a
looking
not
dude?
Yeah.
though?
Objection!
In summation examination,
Do you
take
think he
the
becomes the
stand
main
to face
villain
off
at some
against the
point?
jurors, all of whom
That'd be cool.
provide explanations as to why they've reached their guilty verdict.
The real villain, though, is the justice system.
That's pretty much how it is in one of the
You'll
Ace
have to
Attorney
identify
games.
conflicting statements and sway the jury in your favor. Examine each statement carefully and select 2 contradicting jurors to call out the flaws in their logic.
Oh, this is a great. I'm gonna love to play this game.
Is this the first Switch one?
Yes. They released the collection
Be ready
on
to
Switch,
provide
but this
evidence
is
from
the
court
first
record to help
actual
prove the
one on
contradiction
Switch.
in their claims. When you successfully point out one of these contradictions among the jurors, you might just change their minds, too. With a slam of their fist, each juror you persuade will send
What
a
was she
fiery ball
knitting?
towards the scales above and
A pair
literally
of
tip the
panties.
scales of justice in
That's
your
what
favor.
I saw. I just wanted to make sure.
Bring each contradiction to light and persuade the jury to help prove your client's innocence.
Objection! My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage!
This has just been a
Wait, wouldn't that
small
have just like
Yeah, just burn the whole building down. Oh my God,
No,
leave!
great
No.
Everyone out!
Wine is not that
We're very
alcoholic.
excited to get this game in the hands of both new fans and diehard fans alike.
Oh,
Thanks
July
for
27. Nice.
It
Close
already
release date.
seems like I have a bunch of games to catch up on. There are some exciting new adventures and titles to look forward to. Well, that's a look at the new premieres from Capcom, but what about esports?
What about esports?
Man, okay, so at this rate, I don't think we're getting anything new
Yeah.
here outside of that stuff. That's
No, yeah,
unfortunate.
I feel like they're, again, telling you exactly what they're going to show.
On the Capcom Pro Tour, Intel World Open, Street Fighter League, and all the other content on Capcom
We should learn to
Fighters.
just, like,
Over to
expect
you
that,
guys.
I think. Like, when they release a list of games, we should just say, hey, that's what they're giving us.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Capcom esports presentation for E3 2021. My name is Vicious, commentator for the Capcom Pro Tour as well as Street Fighter League, here with competitive Street Fighter V player and host.
So I imagine at this point they'll probably save the Street Fighter 6 reveal or alpha or whatever it is for Evo.
That just sounds beautiful.
Because
and
that'll
Evo
be the
even
end of
happening?
Capcom.
And I think
Yeah.
that's the perfect word to
And Street Fighter
describe
5 is
what
there.
we have
I'm
for everyone
pretty
today.
sure it would be the end of the
Street Fighter
Capcom Pro Tour.
Yeah,
Capcom
a PlayStation
E3,
event
It
now.
just feels right, and you feel the electricity
Yeah.
in the air.
Which I wonder if the next Street Fighter will still be a PlayStation exclusive, because Street Fighter 5 is not on Xbox.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I feel like PlayStation might even with a statement for their commitment to fighting games and them being the platform for it.
From 100 all the way down to 0 and feel pretty goddamn good doing it.
That's right, Rob. If you think you're the best in your region, sign up.
I'm not sure when Akira's coming out for Street Fighter 5.
A world champion at Street Fighter 5.
Pretty sure I saw an AEW ring, and that kind of tripped me up.
So
That was
year's
weird.
CPT overall, it's a series of tournaments that have $5,000 on the line for each tournament, but that money alone, that's not what's really at stake here. It's about making it to the granddaddy of them all, Capcom Cup.
Item just reset in grand finals of Capcom Cup.
So behind me, you can see in all of its glory, the
what the hell
Capcom
was
Pro
that?
Tour 2021 official stage and set, and that's a place that you are.
One of these tournaments must have happened in a wrestling ring with AEW. That's weird. I just rewind it.
And we check out all of the top competitors from each and every.
Oh, like they were sitting in a ring?
Yeah, they were sitting in a wrestling ring, just playing the tournament.
I've seen that before. I can't remember which event that is though.
Spanning across 19 different territories, so there's so many opportunities.
Because like a lot of the top guys in that company are like the wrestlers and stuff are big gaming fans and big fighting game fans. I think they were in a fighting game. I can't remember which one. But like Kenny Omega and stuff. Did I ever tell you that about Kenny Omega and how his finishing move is the one-winged angel?
No.
It's fucking awesome. He's like the biggest wrestling star in the world right now, and he's just a dork. He comes out in Demon Slayer outfits.
I think I've seen that actually.
Of the Capcom Pro Tour. We have sets where we take players from around the world.
And as I think about it, I think he's shown up at EVO for reveals and whatnot too.
I bet he has.
Street Fighter League that's happened season after season, non-stop action. 6 teams of 3 duke it out in this battle tournament series to see who will walk away with the championship and the $150,000 prize pool.
Street Fighter League is something that you don't want to miss because normally we only have 1v1 content. But now you actually have your teammates at your back, and every decision that you make is not just about you anymore.
Look for more news on Street Fighter League later this year.
It's Oki time. What's gonna happen? Nice. He checks it. He checks the movement. What's happening?
It's so good.
Let's not forget.
By the way, that guy on the right, Tasty Steve,
yeah.
You ever run into him at an event, do not let him grab your arm.
He will crush it.
The World Finals happening next month.
He has a thing of if he gets hype about anything, he will grab someone's arm and you are going to have an injury.
During this period, will receive an exclusive competitor title and dojo object. You do not want to miss this.
I highly recommend everyone to stay tuned for future Capcom Pro Tour updates on the Capcom Fighters channel.
And again, we've had so many events so far.
Yeah,
we started off with the Japan region. We've had a couple of more events going on afterwards, but the action does not stop. In fact, we're going to be continuing off with the
there's a clip of him during a Tekken when the character for Kumram was announced for Tekken 7. I think it was last year. Or no, 2 years ago. There's a view from the side of the table, not the direct dead-on view. And from the side of the table, you see that like he's shaking this dude's arm, but like the whole table is shaking and the monitors almost fall off the table and what, like he knocks the guy out of the chair while he's shaking his arm.
They should put him in the fighting game. Just grabs Ryu. Ah!
Yeah, well, Stageham, who's done a commentating alongside him, and is the guy who was notable for the audio clip of Steve Warm. It's actually his sub-notification on his Twitch channel. But he has talked about like, no, it's
really
unreactable. Like, he just hits you with the grab and you don't even get the chance to react. Like, if your hand is out there, you've already lost.
And YouTube channels for more information and to watch the latest matches. So that's a wrap for Capcom at E3 this year. Let's recap what we all saw.
Let's do a
Resident
recap,
Evil
ladies and
Village
gentlemen.
is back with the latest installment of the survival horror experience and RE-verse.
It was very, very little, but still more than Gearbox.
Yes.
We have new adventures to embark on in the world of Monster Hunter.
At least they showed us
Monster
stuff.
Hunter Stories 2,
Yeah.
Wings of Ruin, and Monster Hunter Rise. And don't forget to go back in time with the great Ace Attorney Chronicles to tap into the family history of Phoenix Wright and solve new cases.
Yeah.
Finally, don't miss out on the esports fun. Make sure you catch the
You
latest
send them
matches of Capcom
edible
Fighters.
arrangements, but
There
all
really
the
is
stuff's been
something for
eaten
everyone
already.
here
Yeah.
today. But
Here's a
don't go
box of
anywhere
donuts
yet.
that we really
Join
enjoyed.
the conversation on Twitter and make sure you check out the Capcom virtual booth on the E3 portal to watch all these videos again and more. I'm Rachel Querico, aka Seltzer. Thank you for being part of the Capcom experience at E3 this year.
Yeah. All right.
Now to watch Jeff Keighley and his how would you rate Capcom E3 showcase?
Is that like?
I'd give it a B.
Yeah, he tweeted like asking for
Yeah.
ratings.
I feel like it was building, building, and then esports.
There's just a-
Yeah.
I think you're right though, Finn. I think if they're gonna just give us a freaking list, we should just be like, all right, well, this is what we're gonna talk about. There's not gonna be any like surprises or anything. So
Yeah.
I mean, there's
would
always a chance for
say-
one more thing that's not on.
yeah, I was hoping like when she came back on, I was like, when Seltzer came back on, I'm gonna remember that because I think it's just a cool name. I was like, oh, you're gonna
Yeah,
give us
say
something?
one
What
more
you gonna do?
thing.
Please hike.
Don't check out their virtual booth on e3expoportal.com. There's nothing there. There's some text.
All right.
I
will be right back.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna outro anyway, so yeah, we're going to roll
Driver?
right into some.
No, it is not. I've
No, yeah.
deleted and downloaded 12 times.
Strider in
and it
chat
does not
asking about the Final Fantasy Origins demo, which has been corrupted for a full day now. Still
Yeah.
not working at time of recording.
No, as I have heard, they put out a tweet this morning that said, "Hey guys, we found the issue. We'll have it fixed by the end of the day." But then they deleted that tweet. So
yeah,
no updates.
We're gonna recap a lot of this stuff on Playhouse Live coming up in just a minute, but let's go around the room and see what the general thoughts were for that. Tim, let's start with you.
My general thought is, I don't know that we even need a Playhouse Live for it. That was it.
There are luckily other things to cover.
We need a Playhouse Live for what else happened today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I forget that like there was there anything else like major today?
Nothing.
That-
No bombs.
Nothing?
No bombs.
Okay.
Yeah, just
In
a few other things,
television.
yeah. In television will be talked about.
Television happened.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
a weird effing thing that I kind of want. I don't know why, because I hate myself apparently.
Yeah, the Tech 2 panel happened today. It was just a panel. It was literally a Zoom call.
So in regards to that question of like the Keeley grade, I think I'd give this just a C.
Yeah.
Like I look at C as this was average.
Mhm.
Like they didn't give us anything more, anything less. Just like they told us new stuff's coming at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Like,
gave
it
Square
was-
Enix a B. I gave this a C.
Yeah. I think that's how I would look at it. Like Keeley's overall showcase, an A. Gearbox is like a Z.
Yeah, unheard of, off the scale.
It gets the E grade music from Sonic Unleashed.
Yeah, for sure.
There you go.
John, what about you?
For Capcom?
Yeah.
I'll go in the middle. I almost want to give it a D, but they did outline and say, "Hey, this is what we're gonna give you," and that's it.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm like, do you fault them for that?
It's almost the culture at this point to have a one more thing is expected.
One more
And I
thing.
feel like
exactly. And so
it kind of ruined it for
I
everyone.
would give them a D because I didn't get a one more thing. Like you told us what we're gonna get, and I'm like, I really appreciate that. I didn't know you were gonna like fast pace us, and then all of a sudden we're done. So yeah, one more thing would have been nice. So I'll give you a D.
Don't know if Keith is back yet to give us a grade or whether his VTuber is just staring at me.
Like, he's staring into your soul. Man.
Yeah.
Until
There's just, like, right there,
confirmed that
like-
he's back.
He's just starting to blink? Or is that a normal thing?
It's a normal thing. I can say like at least we got a release date for REverse. That's good because people have been waiting for that. Because as far as everyone was aware, it was initially supposed to release straight alongside RE8, and it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So at least we got that, and at least we got an actual confirmation that they're doing more DLC content updates for 8, which, a lot of people wanted.
That's good stuff, actually. I do like that they're keeping that going. I mean, I think it was Keith that said that like Capcom's really good, and we all know this. Capcom's really, really good at just supporting a game after release. So that's all like stuff that we're used to as well. So I'm like, all right, cool. Thanks for at least letting us know that you're getting more for both Monster Hunter Rise. You're getting stuff for stories, and you're getting stuff for 8.
Yeah. I think Keith's back.
Yeah.
Keith, are you back?
All right.
To us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keith, very quickly before we go off air here for a little bit, give us your overall thoughts on that Capcom showcase.
Honestly, I'm fine with it. They told us what we were getting. We got what they told us.
Yeah.
There was no, hidden fees, as it were.
For sure.
Yeah, I have a friend that literally just DM'd me saying one of the worst E3 presentations I can remember in my lifetime. Worse than being bad is being boring. And I just told him, anyone who shits on Capcom or Square's presentations really needs to just go watch Gearbox's.
They didn't watch it. Or Coke Prime Time.
Gearbox. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of D's on the Keeley tweet as well. So, yeah. No GTA 6, so it was a failure. The Netflix one's looking better and better. I don't know. It's almost up to average at this point, but yeah. There's been highs and lows. But anyway, we'll be back in just a second after a quick intermission with Playhouse Live. Until then, we will see you tomorrow for a Nintendo Direct. Until then, we'll see you guys in a bit.